Good morning. Another day for Rise and Flourish series. How have your last 2 weeks been? And as you woke up today, who did you choose to be today? What is one word that you would choose to define the rest of the week? And today I want us to think about the idea of some costly mistakes that we make in our journey of flourishing. We all want to flourish, right? I want us to think about how many times we live on survival mode as opposed to significance. When you show up in the morning, whatever we are doing, whether you're at work or you either employed or in your own business, what is your why? What is making you do that work? Is it something that you enjoy to do? Have you given meaning to what it is that you're doing so that you have a bigger meaning beyond, for example, making money? That I want to make a difference in life of somebody. I want to make a change in a community as I do this work. And as you make a change in the community, you are also changing yourself. So one of the mistakes we do is to focus too much on survival. For example, when I say I'm going to work because I have to make some money for my day-to-day living. Let's learn to create a bigger meaning out of our actions every day. What is another costly mistake? There are times when we refuse to embark on our inner healing. We neglect that art of inner healing, which is so important because it is the inner healing that will make us move forward. It is the forgiveness, the forgiving the unforgivables that will enable us to move forward. And we need to be healed, to be whole, if we have to perform optimally. It's very important for us to look at our lives, look at our inner self, have a conversation with self, listen to the inner voice and find out, are there areas in my life where I still require healing? And how can I get help so that I can become a better person? Other times I think about comparing seasons. You look at last year, you might find there are goals you achieved. Maybe there were more than the goals you have achieved this far. You made greater income than this year. It is great to use that as part of your learning, but not overdwell on it because, again, this makes you stuck. Where you sometimes you get on self-pity. Sometimes you get so discouraged because you're over-focusing on the successes of last year. What I would advise is focus on the success ahead. Sit down, celebrate what you have already achieved, and that gives you a platform to desire to know that I can do it even greater. Even the remaining part of the year, I still have an opportunity to make a difference. The other thing that is a costly mistake is when we lose our curiosity. We lose it. We stay stagnated. We stop going back to school or we stop learning the new skills. Sometimes it's because we are so busy. Yet in this era of technology, there is so much to learn from others. Of course, we have to find a way of creating a balance, but it is so important to look at yourself and keep that curiosity mindset. I want to keep growing. One important thing is that all human beings, we want to grow. When you feel stagnated, you feel like life has stopped having a meaning. So it is very important to also look at that and see, how do I keep growing? How do I keep moving on? And the other thing when we think about our mistakes is there are times when we get too busy that we don't nurture important relationships like family, that mentor-mentee relationship that you have had. We become so busy even to meet your mentor or even to meet your therapist. At that time, you are so busy even to connect with your own self because that's also part of relationship itself. So you don't even have time for self-care. And that, again, is a costly mistake. So you need time to take care of yourself. You need time to connect with yourself and connect with others. And another mistake is when we are not spiritually aligned. The space that we are in, you need to be aligned spiritually. Focus on God. Focus on ensuring all that we are doing, we have a bigger power, a greater power that is enabling us to move forward. And that we will always feel that we have, beyond our own, creating our own meaning and purpose, we have even a bigger purpose when we think about, is what I am doing, is my day-to-day action aligned to what God would want me to do? And then I would like to remind you, as we take up our day-to-day actions, as we think about the year, the annual, the semi-annual times, do we take time to reflect on what we are doing? Are we taking time to check progress? See how far you have come and celebrate yourself. Celebrate those that have worked with you. Are we taking time to check where is it that we are not achieving, and is there something I can do about it so that we can detour if necessary? So one of the costly mistakes is that we don't take time to evaluate. And one of the things that I am keen on is that even having a weekly, if not a daily evaluation. What did I do well this week? Did I achieve what I had said I wanted to achieve, or did I not? And if not, what do I need to put in place? Who are the people who can help me? What do I need to keep focusing on, to be more consistent and committed to, so that I can achieve? So do not lose the ability to keep evaluating your progress. And all this will highly contribute. If we take note of that, the whole idea of ensuring that you're not neglecting relationship, find a way to create a balance. That you're aligning what you do to the bigger power, the greater power, and that's God, your spiritual connection. Ensuring that you are evaluating, ensuring that you are thinking beyond self and creating meaning as you think about your work. And of course, ensuring that you have rest and renewal, because self-renewal, rest is important in this journey. I look forward to you taking up one of these actions and saying, I want to focus more. Maybe it's on rest and renewal. I have not been doing it so well. Or maybe your curiosity mindset somehow has vanished because you're too busy. Or it could be a relationship or your alignment with your spirituality. What one action will you take up so that you can create a ritual that will enable you to get to your goal of becoming, while avoiding some of these mistakes? I look forward to hearing more from you. How are you incorporating balance in your life? How are you ensuring that you have created meaningful and memorable experiences out of what you do every day?